All right, boys and girls, here we are. Welcome back. We're at the reading table. We have a new set of words to know and a new set of letters. So let's go ahead and get started. Our words are have, and our sentences I have one baby brother. And then our next word is help. And our sentence is I help my mom draw. So they both begin with the sound. One word is have, and the other word is help. Our letters. The letter L and Larry Lion helps us to remember that the sound is O. And then we have Wiggly Worm. And Wiggly Worm helps us to remember that our sound for W is W. Alrighty. I'm going to write out some words. I hadn't planned on doing it this way, but I don't know. On my board, I didn't bring it over, so we'll just do it this way. All right, so my word is at. And if I change the T to a P, this is going to turn to a P. I now have cap. If I have pit, and I change the T to a G, it's going to change. Then I have and it's pig. Next, if I have the word had, and I change the D to a T, I now have hat. And my last word, if I had and I change the last sound to a T, to a T. Now I have and that spells bat. Alrighty, so those are our substitutions. Next, we're going to go over our subject-verb agreement. And so we're going to take a look at this first sentence. Hopefully, I'm going to turn this over so it doesn't confuse you too much with all that writing on there. And so it says, Cy likes red. Cy likes red. Then our next sentence, it says, Emma and Jasmine like red. And we see the difference in the sentences. This sentence has an S on the end, and this one on the end of the word as, likes, and this one doesn't. And that's because when you use present tense verbs, that means the person is doing it now, present tense, and you have just one person, they kind of need help. They need the S on the end. That's how I remember it. One person needs help. They need an S on the end. Because I wouldn't say Cy like red. That's not proper. So, but I need to say Cy likes red. But if I have two or more people, they don't need help. They're helping each other. So they don't need help. So it doesn't get an S. Emma and Jasmine like red. All right. So one person gets an S. More than one person doesn't get an S. And this is only for present tense, verbs that are happening now. Now, if I move on to past tense, and it says, Jill liked to garden. And my next sentence says, the children liked to garden. You notice they are the same, the verbs, like. It's the same. So in the past tense, it doesn't matter if it's one person or it's more than one person. It stays the same. All right, so let's take a look at future tense, something that will happen. Jose will like school. In my last sentence, the boys will like school. So for both of these sentences, it's the same. There's no S. So the only time we would add an S to the word is when it is present tense, meaning it's happening now, and it's for one person. If it's more than one person, it doesn't get an S. I know it probably all seems very confusing to you. It's just being introduced to you. We will be going over it throughout the week. And it's just something to get your juices flowing, if you will. So when you're going to first grade, you have a better handle on your grammar. That's all. So if you don't commit it to memory, if you forget, it's okay. It's just being introduced to you at this time. All right, so that is it for our reading table as far as our grammar. I'm going to have you take a break with Miss LaBerth, and then when you come back, we'll read our story. Our story today, just so you'll know what it's about, is Someone Bigger. So curious to know what that's about. Go ahead and take your break. Come back. We'll be reading.